Hey guys, it's Tabitha, and today we're going to be talking about Zhong Fei Fei. Sorry if I messed up her name. Standing anyway, and Lana. So back with my little tarantula lashes. So let's get into it. I wrote down a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was going on. My mind just went off. Lana, also known as Fat Lana, is from Far East Russia, and she's partially Tartar. Her dad is 1/2 Tartar and she's 1/4 Tartar. So she debuted with Take the Wheel, which as we figured out in the last episode was very questionable. She has a second song called Make It Real, which is also, it was better, but also very questionable. We all know she ain't great at singing live. It just doesn't work out for her every time, but we're gonna let her live, okay? I even wrote down not very good at live performances. She's formerly trainee under Thought Entertainment and Icon Entertainment. Let's start with Zhong Fei Fei. Zhong Fei Fei is under Eggwood Entertainment, which I could not find a lot about, maybe because it's a Chinese entertainment company, but you know, couldn't find anything about it. She's half Congolese and half Chinese. She speaks Chinese, French, English, and Swahili. She attended Boston University and Hopkins University, and she's a former beauty blogger. Okay, so I had a lot of concerns, you know, just produce as like, or her company and like produce as like a show. I have a lot to say. So concern number one, I'm just reading it how I wrote it because, you know, I didn't look at these. I haven't looked at these since like 2 days ago, since the first time I tried to film this video and it didn't work out because I got way too hot and I felt sick. So I'm concerned that they are including Fei Fei solely because she is black. Many companies will not endorse or take an idol that they do not think is profitable. Therefore, I think that the company or show knows how a majority of fans would like to see diversity in K-pop, and I think they are attempting to garner views or bring attention to the show by having her there. So, second concern, I think that the vote manipulation might impact her or other contestants' chances, considering vote manipulation has occurred in the Korean version of the show. Police investigation had occurred in the iZone. So if you guys didn't know, in the Korean version of Produce 101, which this version, Produce 101 2020 or Produce Camp 2020 China, is a spin-off of the Korean show Produce 101, where 101 girls compete to be in a K-pop group. Concern number three, due to the combination of racial tension in China and the fact that that many people in the competition have a larger fan base, there are bias towards them. For example, Lana, who has debuted and released multiple songs and covers in Korea and garnered attention abroad due to her controversies. I wonder if Zhong Fei Fei is at a massive disadvantage because, okay, Zhong Fei Fei, she's like I discussed earlier, she's a beauty blogger, or she used to be a beauty blogger. I don't know, I haven't seen anything besides that, even though she's really talented and really good at blogging and doing her hair and makeup and stuff. But I haven't seen her like perform anything or sing anything. So that like raised a little bit of questions for me, little few red flags. Maybe I just couldn't find because I'm lazy and I don't do a lot of research. But if we're gonna ignore that fact, then yeah, that's the conclusion I ended up with. Concern number four, which is sort of my last concern. So I feel like even if she debuts in a girl group, problems such as styling may arise due to the fact that her hair is different. This is a problem that occurs with a lot of black people that live in Asian countries, such as Korea. You can see a lot of videos on YouTube with people going, or like black people going to get their hair done in like Asian or Korean beauty salons and stuff, and they're not able to do their hair, or they don't do it very well. The stylists don't know how to style different types of hair textures. This may result in others being seen as more versatile or more valuable because their image is more flexible. So with a lot of K-pop idols, they like to like do different concepts or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe, but she knows how to do her own hair. which is really good, because you, like, I'm gonna talk about this later, but you end up like with people like Alex Reed, who end up like straightening their hair so it's more manageable, like when they're under like a Korean company who has like Korean stylists, and like they don't know a lot of stuff about African American hair. Also, I wrote racism in Korea. I assume racism will also play a huge part in Zhong Fei Fei maybe not being successful, as there have been many occasions in the Guangzhou province, I'm assuming that's how you say it, in China, where many Black people have been denied access to restaurants, been evicted from their housing, and denied basic services and shunning because of coronavirus. So if you guys don't know, there's a place in China called Guangzhou province where they even had to shut a McDonald's down because they were denying access to Black people, and as like a way to, like, I guess recuperate from what was going on, McDonald's shut that chain down because of that. Also, people have been getting beaten, people have been dragged because like people assume that they have like coronavirus because there was like a little bit of an outbreak in the African China community, because I don't even know why they're doing it, because obviously they're not spreading coronavirus. They're not the ones who started coronavirus. I'm not saying anybody in particular did, or that you should, like, you know, get aggressive with somebody because you think they did, especially like Asian people have been like mistreated, and I wouldn't wish the same thing on them. So please don't do that. Xenophobia isn't cute. Police ordered bars and restaurants not to serve clients who appear to be African origin, and local officials have launched mandatory testing and self-quarantine for anyone that has African contacts. Fei Fei has been enduring many comments on the Chinese social media app Weibo, where many Chinese netizens have been calling her racial slurs, such as the Chinese version of the N-word. They have also suggested that she go back to Africa, and made other comments such as, has the beauty standard in China become so international that now we have idol groups with Black girls, and go back to Africa please, thanks. Oh, this one killed me a little bit. Okay, and this is like a little paraphrase because the translation was a little spotty. So somebody asked, like a Chinese netizen asked, whether the ancestors of Chinese people in hell might become angry due to mixed race people proudly branding themselves as descendants of the Yellow Emperor, or descendants of the dragon, an ancient term for Han Chinese people. Zhong responded, if you don't know, go down to hell and ask them yourself. Ooh. This one off. Zhong Fei Fei was not playing with y'all. Also, I wrote like a little question that I think would be like, I don't know, asked, and I was like, why is Lana getting praised for participating in the show while Zhong Fei Fei is being threatened and massively mistreated? I said, considering the circumstances of the situation, I think that in Asia, appearance is a massive factor of acceptance, which is true, because in a lot of like Asian countries, light skin or a light complexion is considered to be better than having like darker skin tones. So that's why you see a lot of like products that like help you get lighter or lighten your skin tone, or you see a lot of makeup that's like really white and stuff, and like people apply it, and you see those like makeup videos where like they have like all that on their face, and then they like wash it off. They try to like cover it up with like white makeup, you know what I'm saying? Clearly Lana is white, but she adheres much more to the standards of East Asians rather than Fei Fei, who is significantly different in comparison. So like, obviously there's a difference in their skin tones. I don't think I have to like show you guys a side-by-side comparison. I think that maybe no matter how much more talented Zhong Fei Fei is than Lana or any other contestant on the show, she does seem promising. I put in parentheses, she does seem promising, unlike Lana, who has proven to be mediocre in her singing, particularly live singing, which would be very important if she debuted in an idol group. Her talent takes a backseat to the familiarity that a lot of K-pop stans and Chinese viewers want. So like, obviously in Korea you see, or China, East Asia, wherever, you see a lot of uniformity in beauty standards, like big eyes, a small face, light skin. And obviously Lana adheres much more to that, you know, beauty standard than Zhong Fei Fei does, and that's why she's getting so much hate, and so much hate from like Lana stans, and so much hate from like K-pop stans who like worship basically that whole like, this is what you need to look like to be an idol type thing, and I don't agree with it. And then the next part is like Lana and white privilege in Asia. I put a little dashes. I was like, she debuts in a solo K-pop as a solo K-pop artist only after training for a short time. Trainees can train, let's say, upward of 5 to 6 years, and still only debut in a group if they even debut at all. Even if you get picked up to debut or train under a company, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna debut. And especially if like they don't see they're gonna like make profit off of you, or that you're maybe not learning fast enough or something, they might not even debut you in a group, or they might keep you training, or they might just not debut you. I don't understand why she gets to like debut as like a solo artist when obviously, look dude, let's give you a little equation very quick. We're gonna give you a little equation, sis. We're gonna give you a little equation, right? This ain't math class, but we're gonna give you an equation, right? Remember this. A foreigner in K-pop equals controversy, okay? Controversy equals garnering attention / garnering views. Garnering views equals money. Money equals happiness. And that's the equation, sis. That's the equation. Keep it in your head, sis. If you're gonna be a foreigner in K-pop, you gotta know people are gonna get mad. And when people get mad, they like to fight about stuff, right? And when people like to fight about stuff, they or argue about stuff, they like to go to the video and comment hateful comments, right? That equals money, sis. Okay? So next time you wanna comment on your least faves video and call them, I don't know, sis, an egg or something, just know you're giving them money, sis. You're giving them money. Second, she isn't very talented, but she is still able to garner attention due to controversies about her race. And, you know, just I explained that. She debuts in another country while only debuting in Korea 10 months ago. It could take some groups years to do so. So there are some Korean groups who don't even debut in like, say, United States until they're like really well known. Say like, was it Wonder Girls? I don't know. I don't do K-pop like that anymore, sis, and this is exactly why. And they might flop there, dude. And I just find it so funny that people say, oh, she doesn't have white privilege. There was one person in my comments, and I had a conversation with them, dude. They were like, she's from a small country in Russia. She doesn't know how to use her race to get famous in another country. She might not know, but her company does, sis. And then I put examples of black K-pop idols being mistreated even though they're talented. And I put Alex Reed from BP Rania. I said gets held to a higher standard than other K-pop idols, which is true. Face controversy for wearing hanbok, while another member who is Chinese never even got questioned about it. Got accused of whitewashing because she had her hair straightened because none of the stylists knew how to do her hair, which is true. Also, they gave her little stage time even though she is talented. Sis, they put her on to rap. They put her on the stage to rap, and she sat in the corner the rest of the time. Sis, I was shook, honestly. I was like, huh. And that's a prime example of a company, you know, that's a prime example of a company using a black person to garner views and attention so it can equal money, sis. Examples for the girls, okay? And her company only used her solely for her rapping capabilities and her appearance. I put a little plus. I feel like these circumstances Mayor Piefer, Zhong Fei Fei, I was referring to Alex. Final thoughts, I think even though Zhong Fei Fei has more personality, more energy, more education, and potentially more, and is potentially more talented than Lana, I think that maybe Lana has an unfair advantage because of her race. And that's true, sis, that's true. Don't try to debate me on this, sis. Closing the laptop. That's all we need to know for the girls today. Okay, I don't even know why people debate it at this point. I hope y'all know that systematic racism is a thing, and unfair treatment of different races, especially in the K-pop industry or in Asia, is a thing, sis. And I don't want to hear in my comments that it's not a thing. This caught me, sis. They were like, cultural appropriation doesn't exist in Asia because the people don't know about it. Sis, just because you don't know about it, just because you do not know about something, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Sis, I could not know that my eyelash is wonky, but that don't mean it don't exist, sis. Like, I was baffled. I had to delete that comment, sis. I was fed up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to go to sleep. I turned off the YouTube notifications. I was like, huh, this is why people turn off their YouTube notifications, huh? And yeah, I found out on that day. Ain't turned it back on since. In conclusion, stan Zhong Fei Fei. Also, have y'all seen that clip where she was like, I get it was like a tongue twister, but everybody in that room was looking at her crazy, sis. And yeah, so that's the conclusion of this video. Hope you guys liked the video. If you guys found this helpful, or you know, whatever, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. We're almost at what, 5,000, I think. So bye. And I just wanted to say something. I'm not saying that Lana doesn't have talent, because you know, there are various degrees of talent. I'm just saying maybe she doesn't have like the amount of talent that goes into being a K-pop idol, especially like a solo artist. If you can't sing and you can't dance very well, like, sis, I can do my little TikTok dances all day, B. That's talent to a degree. And then, but you wouldn't put me you wouldn't put me on a stage by myself, sis, and then tell me to dance, do a little jig, sis. No, you wouldn't. So you guys are so used to seeing mediocre that you can't stand talent. You can't stand talent. You don't know when you see it. Period. Stand somebody that's gonna stand up for you, B. Encourage you, sis. Do good for you, sis. Don't make you look like a Lana, sis. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Okay, stay healthy. Stay safe. Prosper, dude. Period.